Bloodline Sports. Anything and everything sports talk between family. After all, it's all relative. Welcome once again. We're back. And this week, we are going to discuss something that we watched this weekend. And that was
WrestleMania
40. As always, I am the Juice, and next to me is my partner,
the DOS Man.
The DOS Man. Well, as y'all can see, he's not as enthused as he usually is, and that is because this weekend was not a good weekend for him.
It was okay.
It was okay.
It was almost perfect.
Almost perfect. But it wasn't perfect at all, was it?
No, not
at all.
Not at all.
Because he did not expect things to go out the way that he thought they were going. And there's a reason for that. And it's because of this.
Cody caught it. Rhodes middle of the ring. Crossroads. Cody's not done yet. Cody with another crossroads. Is he going to do it? Can he do it? Is this the Rhodes moment? Come on, Cody. Crossroads. Cover. Finished the story.
Here is your winner and the new undisputed WWE Champion, the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes!
Cody Rhodes is the new WWE Undisputed Champion. And the bloodline is no more. No more does this guy here have his tribal chief, Roman Reigns, as the champion. Somber weekend for him as Roman Reigns dropped the title, even though he had help from Solo Sikoa, Jimmy Uso, the final boss himself, The Rock, in what it was supposed to be a Bloodline Rules match. But Bloodline Rules was a what type of match, my friend?
Anything goes.
Anything goes. Anything goes. Not just for the Bloodline. Anything goes for Cody as well. Cody could do whatever he wants as well. Jimmy Uso comes out. Next thing you know, you hear, "It's just me, Uso." Jey Uso comes out, takes out Jimmy Uso. A little more sequence. Cody is getting into Roman a little bit. And then the Enforcer comes out. He hits Cody with not one, but two thumb spikes. He tells Roman, "Get on him, get on him, get on him." And what did Roman say?
I know.
Roman said, I know. So, Roman starts to get up on Cody. And then we hear the music of what used to be your favorite guy before he retired and went on to Hollywood.
He hasn't retired yet.
Well, he hasn't retired, but he decided to go to Hollywood.
Yeah, he was pretty much the Cody before Cody.
The Cody before Cody. But then all of a sudden you hear, dun, dun, John Cena comes out. You go ballistic because Cena comes out. You're all happy. Cena comes out and he takes Solo Sikoa out. He takes him over, puts him over the ropes, gets out, and then
The Rock's music hits.
No. Before that, John Cena hits an AA, an Attitude of Stone, attitude
on Roman.
Not on Roman. Well, he hit one on Roman, but then he hit one on Solo Sikoa over the announcer's table, and the announcer's table finally broke. They kept trying to break those things all night long. They wouldn't break. It finally broke.
Yeah, they waited. They saved everything for the main event.
Yep. And then Whose music hits?
The Rock.
The final boss. And then it's John Cena and The Rock in the middle of the ring.
Again.
Again. A throwback to what years?
2012 and 2013.
2012 and 2013. They split. John Cena won one. The Rock won another one.
Yep.
And this time they're facing each other in the middle of the ring. And I'll let you take over.
All right. Well, they just stand there for a few moments while the crowd just goes crazy at the sight of the two of them looking at each other. Then John Cena does a "You Can't See Me" to The Rock about to hit him and almost hits him, but The Rock counters it and turns it into a rock bottom.
A rock bottom. Yep.
Yeah.
He turned it into a rock bottom. And then he's sitting there and he's looking at Mama Rhodes.
He grabs the belt.
He grabs the belt called Mama Rhodes. And he sits there and he looks at Mama Rhodes and says, "I'm about to whip your boy. You better watch this. Watch this." And then all of a sudden, this happens.
Get up, boy.
Oh, baby. Everybody kept chanting Austin. And then the bell tolls.
I just about fell out of my chair.
I've got goosebumps right now just thinking about it. Oh. The Undertaker at this point is behind The Rock.
The dead man coming.
Just to see The Rock's face when he saw The Undertaker. And then, chokeslam, baby.
Choke slam.
And then, just like that,
Undertaker's back in WrestleMania.
the bell tolls. And he is gone. Undertaker chokeslams The Rock. And then, Roman gets up. He does his ooh, about to spear Cody Rhodes. And then, that was the clip that you heard. Cody kicks him, puts him in the crossroads 3 times. 1, 2, 3. New undisputed champion. And then my boy here goes somber. He was excited because John Cena came out. He was excited because The Undertaker came out. And then reality hit as soon as that third count went down. And Samantha starts saying, "And new undisputed WWE champion, the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes." Reactions?
It's my reaction.
You got
Overall, like for the match,
for the match.
I'm like, it was awesome until the end.
Yeah, I mean they went all out. I mean they brought Cena. They brought out Undertaker. I mean it was the way they did it. It was awesome. It was a you know the commercials before going into this match. They're gonna put a thing out tomorrow on YouTube, which shows the backstory of everything going into WrestleMania. And then Triple H at one point says, "Out of chaos, sometimes something special happens. Something comes out of it." And this is exactly what came out of it. It was a memorable WrestleMania, the biggest WrestleMania of all time, WrestleMania 40. You have John Cena and The Undertaker to come and aid Cody Rhodes to finish the story. And I'll tell you what, going back and thinking about the dream, the American dream, Dusty Rhodes, this has come full circle as Cody is now a champion with WWE, something that his dad could never do. We'll see where it goes. We watched Raw last night.
Yep, a little bit of it.
Some good things came out of it. The Rock came out, did his little spiel. The people would not let him talk. They were booing him. They were treating him like he was Dirty Dom. And then at the end, The Rock says, "I'm going to take some time off. I'm going to leave for a little while." And then he handed Cody something. We don't know what it is.
Yeah.
But Cody knows whatever was put in his hand means that The Rock is going to come back and try to get it from him. So,
Yeah.
all right. Overall, the last match was probably the best one out of both nights. But then we had some things happen throughout WrestleMania. So let's go back to day one.
Night one.
Night one of WrestleMania. And first off, right off the bat, Mommy is always on top. Rhea Ripley, Becky Lynch. Thoughts?
Yeah, it was a pretty good match.
Yeah.
You know,
I think so.
I thought it was a good start to WrestleMania 40. I don't know. I just felt, overall, like, I just enjoyed the match a lot. I don't know what else to say other than the fact that I thought the match was good. You know, oh gosh.
Well, I mean, the thing of this is this. The whole thing is Rhea Ripley right now is, I mean, she is a heel, but she is a good over with the fans heel. Like, she has the crowd behind them. She is doing some great things. She's leading the Judgment Day. To me, Rhea is the leader of the Judgment Day. She's the one that's making that group look good. And then she has a really, really good thing going for her right now. And to take out Becky Lynch and beat Becky Lynch only cements her as a true champion moving forward. Much. And, you know, she talked about the 4 horsewomen at the press conference and about how it's time for Rhea and the rest of the girls to take the torch over. Yeah. And, of course, Bayley came out later on and said, well, let's not go so fast on that.
Well, that's because she won a match, which we'll get to later.
Yeah, we'll get to later. So, match 1, Rhea Ripley defeats Becky Lynch.
Yep, to retain Women's World Heavyweight title.
That is right.
She's now had the belt for officially over a year now. About a year and a few days.
Yep.
I think she's going to keep it until WrestleMania 41.
Oh, yeah, I think so. I think she's probably going to go on a mini Roman Reigns run.
Yes.
So,
now the question is, who will defeat her?
Well, you gotta. I think that the next one that's going to take her out is going to be Jade Cargill.
Yeah, that makes sense.
They're pushing Jade Cargill really hard. Bayley being the other champion, and then Jade Cargill coming in. I think Jade at some point right now, she's really good in with Naomi and Bianca. I expect the tables to turn on that at some point, and Jade will break away from that, and then she'll start having a feud with Bianca Belair, blah, blah, blah. And then, but I feel like either Bianca or Jade Cargill will be the ones to dethrone Rhea Ripley.
Yeah, I think that's probably what's going to happen. But all we really know right now is that she's most likely keeping that title until 2025.
Yep, I think so. I think that's what's going to happen. So Rhea Ripley takes out Becky Lynch, and then we move on to the 6 tag team 12-man for the undisputed tag team championships. The ladder match.
The belts finally got split up.
The belts finally got split up. It was a kind of a boring match in the beginning. I mean, I just thought it was not a good match.
You were half asleep at one point.
I was half asleep at one point. And then it kind of picked up. And you know what?
Yeah, it picked up after A-Town Down Under, the team of Austin Theory and Grayson Waller, won the SmackDown tag team titles.
Yeah.
How they had it work is they pretty much had them on 2 separate lines, and the match wouldn't stop until both of them were retrieved. Yeah. So
both championships were split in different hooks, and the match wouldn't be over until both championships had been taken off the hooks. It was kind of a boring match for me. Like you said, I was kind of falling asleep a little bit.
Yeah, but
then Austin Theory and
Grayson Waller.
I hate those guys. A-Town Down Under, is that what it's called?
Yes.
They win the SmackDown Championship, and I'm like, really? Wow, whatever.
But then things picked up.
Things picked up because our man came to the rescue. Good old R-Truth. R-Truth. Love that guy. He is a national treasure.
Yes.
R-Truth, you can be in the ring at any point. And anybody can be in the ring at any point. R-Truth is in the corner, grabbing the little rope, asking The Miz to tag him in. Tag him in is like, dude, you don't have to get tagged in.
He tags him in
there. Yeah.
And I think he does the whole John Cena thing on someone, and then he pins them.
Yep, and then he pins them, and there was no pins. And he
Dude.
counts 3, and he's so. And then they tell him, "Hey, there's no pins here. It's you got to go up there and get the titles." So, anyways, they had a good thing. So
And that was just the beginning of it.
That was just the beginning of it. And then one of the ladders broke. They're trying to
Yep.
stop the match a little bit so nobody gets hurt. And anyway, so they got that all taken care of.
Yeah, it was one of those ladders that's not really made of steel, and it's made more of like the
Fiberglass.
Fiberglass,
Yep.
yeah.
And then, so anyway, so then the match keeps going. A couple of good, stunts there off the
Yeah.
ladders and going through the tables and stuff.
Yeah, I think probably the craziest one, I guess you could say, besides the finish of the match, was JD McDonough coming out trying to help Finn Balor, and then he just gets pushed off. It lands on 2 tables on
Yep.
the outside,
Yep.
which were really 1.5 tables because one of them didn't even break properly.
No.
It didn't even split in half.
It did not break his fall. That's for dang sure.
Yeah.
So the match is going, and then next thing you know, R-Truth starts climbing the ladder.
Wait. Before that, he hits an attitude adjustment on someone.
Yeah, he did. He did.
I
He
don't
hit an
remember
AA.
who it was.
He was paying homage to John Cena.
Yeah.
So then he starts climbing the ladder and
Very slowly.
and we're thinking,
You
oh,
s-
for the love, is he really going to do it?
And you start to see Finn Balor in the corner.
Yep.
And it almost looked like he was waiting to go push him off, but he just never did.
He
and
never
went
did.
How long do you think it took him
And
to take off the belt?
It took him about a good minute.
But eventually he gets the belt off and wins his first ever WrestleMania match.
For the tag team known as
Awesome Truth.
the Awesome
With
Truth.
The Miz.
With the Miz. So R-Truth, love him, national treasure, is finally a champion besides
Yes.
being the 24/7 champion.
Yes, and
I'm really happy for
I
that.
mentioned to you earlier during the match that The Miz and R-Truth were teammates at one point in the early 2010s temporarily.
Yep.
Then they went their separate ways for a while, and now they're back.
Yep. Well, the Awesome Truth is now the Raw Tag Team Champions. And then the other buffoons on the other side in SmackDown, A-Town Down Under, is the SmackDown Champions.
Raw drew, I guess you could say Raw drew the lucky stick.
Yeah, yeah, I guess so. So, and then what match was after that? Oh, that was Damage Control.
Rey Mysterio.
Was it Rey Mysterio?
I think it was that tag match between Rey Mysterio.
the LWO.
Yeah, the Rey Mysterio and Andrade versus Legado del Fantasma.
Yeah,
That was the next match, which I did not see that match.
Yeah.
Um,
So Rey Mysterio and Andrade teamed up, and they took on Santos Escobar and Dominic Mysterio.
Yep.
Good match. LWO on one side, and then Judgment Day slash Legado del Fantasma on the other side. A lot of lucha libre moves in there, but in the end, Andrade ends up winning the match for LWO.
But you're forgetting one important detail. While outside the ring, 2 masked men, big guys, come out
Yep.
and interfere in the match. And
Yep.
after a little bit, they reveal themselves to be former and current Philadelphia Eagles stars Jason Kelsey and someone else. I don't know.
It was a tackle, but it was Jason Kelsey. That guy's just everywhere now.
Yeah, he's enjoying retirement.
Yep. And so they take out Dom, and then Andrade pins Santos Escobar for the win. LWO wins, and that match was done.
Yep.
And then after that, we had Damage Control versus the team of some of the women that we just talked about.
Yes.
Bianca Belair, Naomi, and Jade Cargill. And not too much of a long match between all these.
It was just one of those matches that got it done.
Yeah. And then at the end, Jade Cargill ended up pinning Dakota Kai for the win. And
Yeah.
Damage Control left with their tail behind their legs.
Yeah.
Between their legs, I'm sorry.
A simple WrestleMania match, but it still got the job done.
Yep.
That's what I have to, pretty much all I have to say about it.
Yep.
So-
Now, was the Intercontinental Championship night 1 or night 2?
That was night 1.
Night 1. So then after that match, we have
Sami Zayn versus
Ring.
Gunther.
Yep, we have Sami Zayn going up against the Ring General Gunther.
Who at the time had a 660 something day reign.
Yep. So the longest reigning ever Intercontinental Champion. Good match, back and forth.
That was a freaking good match.
It was really good match, going back and forth. A lot of slaps of the chest and a lot of different things going on. Some moves here and there. I mean, it was just a really good overall match. At one point, Gunther is telling Sami Zayn's wife that he is going to make him pay, but in the end, Sami Zayn hit an incredible move off the top rope called as the
what did he hit? What?
The Exploder.
The Exploder. Oh yeah.
It was a reverse Exploder, if I remember right. So hits the reverse Exploder, puts Gunther in the corner, and then hell of a kick. And 1, 2, 3, Sami Zayn is your new Intercontinental Champion.
He wins it again. But let me just say, I was probably one of the matches I enjoyed most of night one. And let me also just say, the way they presented him backstage before he went out, I don't know. I liked it a lot because you know me, I like to play video games a lot. So, and to me, it looked like a video game cutscene that you would see in like a My Career mode or whatever it's called in 2K now. I don't know. I haven't played the new game yet. But it was just awesome. He was talking to his wife and his kid backstage, and then he starts to walk out. He walks towards the gorilla, and he meets Kevin Owens there.
Yeah.
Then they pretty much just do something for a moment. And the whole time the camera is in front of him and then it's behind him. So it really looks like a character walking out.
Yeah, they followed him all the way up the ramps and everything.
It walked out, and I don't know. I just like that a lot. I freaking love that a lot.
Yeah, they followed him from behind, and then he met Kevin Owens at gorilla position, and then he finally went out and took care of business, and he is now the Intercontinental Champion.
Yeah, that was awesome seeing all the lights as he came out.
Yep.
Man,
it was pretty cool. For them to do that, kind of give a shot from backstage as they were walking around.
Yeah, I liked it because it reminded me of those old the WWE 11, 12, and 13, and then the old very old 2K games 14 through 18.
Yep.
So loved it.
And then we come to the end of night one for the match between Cody Rhodes and Seth freaking Rollins versus your tribal chief and the final boss.
Yes, and man, let me just say, poor Seth Rollins.
Yes.
I'm whenever he came out on night 2, he could barely walk. He had to have Kevin Owens help him.
Yeah.
But he was just badly beaten up.
Yeah, he took a lot of bumps, and then he, of course, his knee is not the best right now, and his back is not the best
He's
either.
also developed back issues. The knee issues he's had before, but he has back issues.
Right.
Too. So.
Yeah. Well, and then, so take us a little bit through that match of what happened.
All right. Well, the match starts. They just do their things. They go out, grab some weapons early, and then I've said before, and I'll say it again. It was pretty much a Bloodline Rules match, part one.
Part one. Yeah.
Yeah, they go out into the crowd, do some moves out on the stage. Not on the stage. Well, yeah, Roman and Cody do, and Seth and The Rock are fighting in the crowd. And at one point, they do some moves on top of this I don't even know what it is. It's some sort of padding thing.
Yeah.
And that's cool. And then they make their way back to the ring. And then, as Cody is about to hit a crossroads on Roman after a little more fighting, he gets hit with the belt.
Yes, he does.
With the belt that says Mama Rhodes on it.
Yep.
And The Rock, did he just hit him that one time with it?
I think so. Yeah. Because he's about to put Ross Rhodes, and then The Rock hit him with the belt.
Yep. And then I think Roman hit a Superman punch, and then, oh no, And then The Rock goes in the ring and he hits a rock bottom on him. And then he does a people's elbow. And 1, 2, 3, the match is over. It's Bloodline rules. Night 2.
Night 2. We start off with
Seth Rollins and Drew McIntyre.
McIntyre.
Speaking of poor people, poor Drew McIntyre. Because, they did their... Drew McIntyre at the beginning of the match hit a Claymore right off the bat, almost beat Seth Rollins in like 5 or 6 seconds to become the new World Heavyweight Championship. It was crazy. It was almost like Seth Rollins versus Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania 35. They were just doing everything everywhere.
Yep.
They didn't break a table, did they?
No, I don't
But
think
they
so.
did some moves. Hit pose, hit steel. Then they did some moves on the table, and it didn't break. And then just after, and by the way, on this match, CM Punk was on commentary. So, they did their fighting, got in the ring. How many claymores did? Oh no, Drew McIntyre hit Future Shock, I think.
Yeah.
Then he hit like 2 or 3 claymores, and then 1, 2, 3. Drew McIntyre wins the World Heavyweight title.
Yep.
Becomes the second person,
Yep.
or I should say, at the time. CM Punk grabs his leg and trips him from underneath him.
Yep.
Takes the cast off and starts beating him up. And then Damian Priest music hits.
Yep.
And he comes out, cashes in his money in the bank, gets Drew in the ring, does his move on him, and 1, 2, 3, Damian Priest wins the World Heavyweight title.
Yep.
Drew McIntyre's championship reign was 5 minutes and 53 seconds.
Yep.
Sad. Very sad. It was the first time he ever won the title in front of fans.
Yep.
And it didn't even get to the last 6 minutes.
Yep.
So,
Well,
overall, not the best WrestleMania for Drew McIntyre.
no, not the best WrestleMania, but that's what he gets for turning his attention away from what he was doing and paying attention to CM Punk. And so, therefore, Damian Priest comes in and takes him out, takes his championship away from him. So that was match 1. And then, what was the match after that? Gosh, I can't remember. There were so many matches that we watched this weekend that I can't even remember what was next. Anyway, it was Bailey versus
I was going to say, was it?
Bailey Io Sky or something. Anyway, so Bailey takes on Io Sky.
Wait. Was it No, it was that match, right? So, continue.
Yeah, it was Bailey Io Sky. So
For the women's championship, I'm sorry.
the women's championship. Bailey was the one that created Damage Control, and then they brought on it was Dakota Kai, Io Sky, and Bailey in the beginning, and then they brought on
The Kabuki Warriors.
the Kabuki Warriors, Asuka and Kairi Sane, and then those 3 Asian women started plotting on how to get Bailey out of there. They got her out of there. They turned on her, and then Io Sky ended up paying at the end because Bailey ended up beating her, and Bailey is now the new women's WWE Women's Champion. And then going back to the press conference when Rhea said, the four horsewomen, it's time for us to take over, and Bailey said, whoa, hold on, because Bailey is part of the 4 horsewomen, and she said that she's still in the picture. So
yeah, it's just her.
Yep.
The rest are either all hurt or in different companies now.
Yep. And then I don't remember what other matches we had in there.
The United States Championship.
The United
match.
States Championship.
It
That
was
was lame.
Logan Paul. What?
It was a lame match.
I thought it was okay. It was Logan Paul, Randy Orton, and Kevin Owens, which they gave him the Sami Zayn treatment before the match.
Yep. They started really going after him. And then, of course, the Prime Bottle's out there. And last time the Prime Bottle was out there, who was underneath it?
KSI.
KSI.
And then, pretty much Logan Paul's business partner in Prime.
And then this year, of course, the Prime Bottle gets involved again. But this year, it's
I Show Speed.
I Show Speed. YouTube star.
Yep, and streamer.
iShow Speed.
Yep, you know he's only been famous for 3 years.
Wow.
5 years ago, he was not known at all. He was only 13 5 years ago.
Yeah.
But I think about 2021, he rose onto the scene, and he just got more and more popular. I think he currently has about 20, close to 25 million subscribers.
Yeah.
Now on YouTube.
That's amazing. So
Yeah. So he comes out,
Randy Orton takes him out. He kicks him.
and he went flying.
And he went flying,
He started barking at him. Speed started barking at him because I guess that's just something he does.
Yep.
And then Randy kicks him so far and so hard, the bottle cap comes off of him.
Yeah. And then Randy picks him up
On the announce table.
Which it didn't break.
And I don't know if it was him or someone else, but he's a big Ronaldo fan and he hates Messi. So I think he says Ronaldo better, and then before Randy Orton RKO's him on the table, or someone in the crowd says Ronaldo better.
Yeah. Wow.
It was just to me it was funny.
Yeah, it was pretty funny, but in the end, unfortunately, Logan Paul wins again.
Yeah.
Sick and tired of that guy. I just don't like the guy. So, and then again, the final match, which is for the biggest marbles, Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes. We know what happened with that.
Yeah, if you want to, you can do some more talking on that match. I'm not speaking of that match.
No, again. I think we pretty much covered pretty much everything. Cody Rhodes just got it done. Just got it done, and he said, "I didn't finish my story because the story is going to continue." Of course, the whole theme for the weekend was everybody talking about how this is a new era for WWE, and they kept calling it the Paul Levesque era, Triple H era, and he came out in the at the conference and said, "This is not my era. This is everybody's era." Basically, what they said was, we put the power back to the people, which is how it should be. The fans are the ones that really should be the ones that should dictate on how things go, which is the way that it used to be. And then, of course, you get one person in there that thinks that they know better than anybody, and they try to run the show like they used to, and they don't change their formula, and the formula just goes stale, and people start losing interest. But now, it is a new era. A lot of things changing. TKO is making a lot of good changes for the better. They're doing a lot more stuff, kind of like what you talked about, where they followed Sami Zayn in the back. Things that you would have never seen with Vince McMahon. He would have never allowed that. But things are changing. They're moving. They're trying things. They're actually implementing a lot of technology. I mean, because if you paid attention, a lot of the new entrances were a lot more elaborate this time.
Yes.
And they were really good. I mean, some of those entrances were really good. So WWE moving in a good direction. And it continued last night with Raw. Raw ended with the match between Jey Uso, Drew McIntyre, and who was the other person? Oh, Bronson Reed, who they were all vying for to be the number one contender.
Who ended up winning that match?
Jey, main event, Uso ended up winning that because right about the time that McIntyre was about to hit the Claymore on Jey Uso, guess who pops out from underneath the ring?
Who?
CM Punk.
Wow.
Holds his leg, gets him all turned around, and then Jey Uso takes over. 1, 2, 3. Jey is now the new number one contender for the World Heavyweight Championship.
Well, poor Drew McIntyre.
I
guess that's
correct.
That's gonna be the theme this year for him so far.
Yep. So good things happening at WWE. Moving in a good direction.
Yeah.
I'm liking where it's going.
An idea just popped in my head. First of all, before I mention one, overall rating out on this WrestleMania on a scale of 1 to 10.
Night 1, I give it a B+. Night 2, I'm gonna say an A.
I said 1 out of 10.
Oh, 1 out of 10. I'm sorry.
So both of them combined.
I'm gonna give them a a 9. Separate, I'm going to say night 1 was an 8, and night 2 was a 9.75.
All right.
It was almost a perfect 10, especially the way they ended it. So,
All right. Well, for me, I'd have to say put together the combined. I would have to say 8 out of 10 combined. Night 1, I'm gonna have to give that a 10 out of 10, and night 2, I'm gonna have to give that a 8 out of 10, or like no, not 8 out of 10, like a 7 out of 10.
you mean backwards? You said night 1 is a 10 out of 10?
Yes,
Night 1.
I said that.
You think night 1 was better than night 2?
Yes, because Roman Reigns lost.
Well, okay, fine. Of course you say
If
that.
he won, then then it would have been swapped. But
Yeah.
he lost, so no, automatic 3-point deduction.
Yeah.
So, and my idea that I was gonna mention, I'm like, this is gonna sound a little crazy to you. This popped in my head while we were talking earlier. So I've seen videos before on people, they like rank every single something. So like every single movie in a franchise, and what they do, they have this tier list. They have an S tier, an A tier, a B tier, a C tier, and a F tier. What I was thinking is that what if we rank every WrestleMania as a separate video?
Well, we can do that.
It would take a lot of work for me editing it.
Yeah.
But I was just thinking that we could do that sometime as maybe like a future idea.
Yep.
So go from the very beginning, WrestleMania 1, all the way to now,
Yep.
since WrestleMania just passed.
Okay. Well, we can do that, but we got some important business coming up in a couple of
Yes.
weeks, and that is the NFL draft.
Which this weekend we will be doing a mock draft.
Yes, we will be doing a mock draft because that is happening pretty quick. So,
Yeah,
but
dude.
we'll come back and do the WrestleMania thing that you wanted to do at a different point. So that was WrestleMania. Good weekend. I enjoyed it. It was something that I was not expecting what they came out with at the very end in that match, but I enjoyed it. I liked it.
Meh.
I'm happy.
Meh.
WWE has piqued my interest again. So, all right, man. Well, with that, we're going to wrap it up. We hope you enjoy our show, as we always enjoy bringing it to you. And as always, I am the Juice and my partner, the Dossman. This is Bloodline Sports. It's all relative. Goodbye.